What's good and welcome to the news. What's good and welcome to the news. What's good to the news. Welcome to the news. Welcome to the news. Yeah, so pretend that you walked into your kitchen and you started to spin in circles. And you did that thing with a baseball bat like a wiffle bat, and you put your nose or your forehead on the bat and you start to spin around at least like 10 or 15 times, or maybe 12. About 12 times, 12 times in a row. You gotta spin around the bat, spin around the bat, spin around the bat, and now you're dizzy. Oh, yeah. Around the wiffle bat, and now you're in the kitchen. What do you do? You gotta make something to eat. Okay, so then you may as well cover your eyes at the same time because it doesn't actually matter. But you gotta start to go around the kitchen and grab like 15 ingredients, or like maybe, 13, and then start to make something. Oh yeah. What are you trying to make? It depends on what your goal is. It depends, I suppose. Are you trying to get a little more healthy? Are you trying to get a little more fit? Are you trying to get a little more lean? Are you trying to have a little bit better cardio workout? Are you trying to be light for the day? Are you trying to have a certain goal to have a certain trajectory to propel yourself in a certain way to be able to optimize a certain vibe? Oh, I don't know necessarily, but it doesn't necessarily matter because you just know you have to eat something and you know you don't have to necessarily time. So with your blindfold on and your with your hand covering your eyes and your circulation around your bat, now you're all dizzy and doesn't even matter exactly what you are going to put together, but you know you have ingredients in the kitchen, so you start to walk in different directions, so you start to grab different items, and then you start to put them in a big bowl because you don't have a lot of time. You have to go in like a couple minutes necessarily, and you just got to eat something, but you want it to be healthy, and you hopefully have your shelves already stocked with things that are healthy, but you start grabbing ingredients, and so you don't know exactly what you're going to make. But I guess the whole purpose is mentioning that it doesn't even matter necessarily what it's going to taste like to begin with, because you just have to eat something. Oh yeah, and you've just got to have an answer. Oh yeah, before you walk out the door, because you can't go out with an empty stomach necessarily. But at the same time, it also is a relevant thing to be able to refine your process at a later time, because you know at a later time where you put different things in the kitchen, such things. And so even if you're dizzy at a later time, oh yeah, you can think 100% clearly at a later time. You'll know in future reference once you eat this breakfast dinner, this little breakfast situation meal, that it will help you for the future to be able to know where things are in the kitchen, so you can hopefully optimize that situation if you ever have to do it again and you're spinning around the bat and you're having to go because you're dizzy and you're confused and you don't know what else is going on necessarily, but you have to eat something before you walk out the door, and so you gotta grab the ingredients and make something. And so in this instance, you're making something, and when you're all dizzy and discombobulated and you don't have no idea what's going on, but you managed to do it anyways because you grabbed 13 ingredients or 12 ingredients, and then you've made something because you put it into a bowl, and you know can rely on what you have in the kitchen because it's all edible and unnecessarily. So what that is correlative to is that you have just eaten something, and because you're obligated sometimes to make answers in this world, and therefore it progresses you and makes you step forward, and that's kind of like what we're trying to do now. Although, yeah, it's been annoying to be able to not take so long to be able to try to make something in the past, but at the same time, that's not even what I'm trying to do is complain, but I'm trying to say that we're just trying to grab some ingredients right now and be able to put them together to be able to make a brand more so filled than this podcast just alone. This podcast is kind of like grabbing at strings at the same time, but trying to put more content out there on a consistent basis. Oh yeah. But at the same time, the whole brand is like a whole meal in essence, and there's different ingredients and different recipes to be able to do things in a certain way for like digital marketing, for example, for presences and such things. And yeah. And that's what we're trying to do as well, is to be able to try to transition, to be able to try to do more things in the social media sense. It's not just this podcast necessarily, but this is kind of like a little bird branch. And we want little growth pieces to be able to grow off the side, and there's always garden analogies within this brand. Oh yeah, we're trying to grow things for sure, and try to plant a lot of seeds, little seeds, big seeds, different types of materials that we could be able to leverage and and hedge our purpose, and try to grow like a garden around the world, but at the same time, right now, this analogy of the kitchen is because we're trying to grab different social media items and attach them to this podcast, in essence, like a blog, for example, so like on the blog, we are able to attach things like PDFs and such things that are like intents to do certain items like in the future in directions that we want to go in, for example, and then also at the same time be able to add like backlinks and be able to try to optimize directions that we want to go in, partnerships that we want to go in, also conceptualizations, and also like little manifestos, and also little items like newsletters and internet TV and things like applications and apps and actual developments and such things that we're trying to attach to a conceptual like manifesto that is going on every day because all these items can be branched out in a short and far type of way. So we'll have like a short blog and a long blog that's attached to the short blog because the short blog is like an outline line. It's like the table of contents of a book. Oh yeah, but every day we want to try to be able to optimize and shift these different items. Oh yeah, such as like a newsletter, such as like a podcast, such as like a blog, such as like social content. And also one thing that's kind of unique is we want to try to make a bank situation like banks, like our bank, like my bank, like banks, like different banks that are attached to be able to make these banks like into an application in of itself. So that's like more socialization. So it's more like Venmo, but like different apps that are like similar to what I'm talking about by trying to make like an energy system because the banking system is like fueling the process. Oh yeah, so that's how it's kind of like part of the whole social scheme end game. That's like one of the last parts and pieces to be able to try to add together. It's so like all of these things are like convergence. All these little social media apps and digital marketing tools are coming together like that crazy item in the kitchen because it doesn't matter what you have at first necessarily because you can try to improve on the health of your snack at a later time necessarily when you try to add better ingredients at a later time when you put them together in a different organization in a better way that it makes it taste better. But right now it doesn't necessarily matter how it tastes, just like this podcast doesn't necessarily matter how it tastes. It just kind of matters that it's out there and that this brand tries to get nourishment through this way. Oh yeah. And my stupid phone keeps closing. Oh. But anyway, we've got the banking app, which is pretty sweet if it comes together because we're trying to have all socials, including the newsletter. And we've been doing a lot of meetings as well, trying to bring these things together. Oh yeah. We've got... What else do we have? We've got items such as different applications for internet TV as well as mobile. We've got podcasts, hopefully interviews, like co-interviews and such things, and Zooms as well with people in live. Oh yeah, we've got the vlog. Oh yeah, we got the newsletter. Oh yeah, we got the blog. Oh yeah, we got sounds to be able to distribute sounds as well, and maybe through this podcast and maybe in a separate sense as well, but it's in different form of distribution. Oh yeah, and we're trying to scale them and scale different elements of social media by doing guest appearances and co-collaborations and co-partnerships and such things. Oh, okay. We've been taking different meetings. Oh, constantly. In essence, we're trying to take meetings, but at the same time be able to optimize the process for being able to optimize optimization, starting to do SEO, and that's what it's like, trying to actually make the things and just put the things into a bowl is trying to make optimization energy from the different situations that we're in essence doing. It's like eating the food, like having all the social medias is like putting it into a bowl. It's like putting it into the bowl in essence, in a foundational sense, and then you want to make goop out of it so you can start to eat it. But once you start to eat it, once you start to consume that item that you've made into the kitchen before you still have to go within a certain time in the day or before the morning in the day starts, but you have to eat something. Eating something is like optimization. It's like convergence. It's like putting everything in the bowl, so it's all got to mix together into one unified item because obviously you're not going to eat every item in a separate sense. Oh yeah. So you start spooning full through all of the ingredients and you start spooning them down into your throat. Oh, okay. And that is like optimization. So we're trying to do meetings every day. I've been trying to do meetings for different people to be able to try to help optimize the process of putting together consolidation and convergence of all these social medias and these social items that are just trying to become one unified thing so that I can continue to swallow them, we can continue to slow them, I can continue to swallow them, and I can continue to put them out so hopefully they can be swallowed and consumed by the greater external experience and experience of consumption of exactly the media from an external sense, consumption, like eating something. Oh yeah, it's like being consumed is the hope that it's consumed in an optimized way, and that's what optimization learning is all about, trying to optimize learn optimizing. Oh yeah, and also about media buying, both of those things. We're doing courses and meetings about optimization and media buying on a day-to-day basis, revolving revolutions. That's what I've been doing, and that is part of the news for that reason. Yeah, to be able to continue to try to optimize that little circle. So again, the ingredients are being able to be found in better ways and places around the kitchen. Oh yeah, and the kitchen can grow and we can get better ingredients as time goes on as well. But as the ingredients become uniformed and every day the items get consumed by the internal and external audience as well as me to be able to try to improve the process. Oh yeah, then continuing to do meetings as well as refinement of optimization processes and strategies, as well as learning about media buying strategies to be able to optimize the experience for everybody as a whole in a cyclical sense is the optimal focus is for now, and the revolution repeating process, as well as making all these social media outlets at the same time, which is, so much fun. Oh, so much fun to be able to do that stuff. Oh, yeah, because actually it's the people that are doing the meetings and such things that are actually trying to make the energy revolve and be a revolving revolution of a process, because that is the energy that is deriving, energy being derived from for Dinky Tehc. Oh, yeah, because I work for the people. I work for the people. I work for the people. Oh, yeah, I don't work for myself. Don't work for myself. Don't work for myself at all. In fact, the engine doesn't even work. It doesn't even run. Doesn't even function if it's just myself at all. If it's a solo company, if it's a solopreneurship situation, it doesn't even work. It doesn't even run. That's why, I have issues. In the past trying to get motion and such, and traction, because the lack of other people necessarily and experiences, and a lack of preparation for them to be part of the experience necessarily has been, part of the equation, so that it's kind of been lacking in terms of that energetic sense, which corresponds to getting the monetary energy, which then corresponds to transferring that and translating that into philanthropic energy. Oh, yeah. And I mentioned yesterday we're going to try to do the vlog that is going to try to equal to like $100 million of momentum energy someday in philanthropic energy. So we're going to try to trade philanthropic energy and reverse engineer the process to be able to trade that for monetary energy. Monetary energy equals money. And when we start to do that, in a more momentous sense, then in essence, we're trying to mimic something similar to the YouTube channel of a guy named Beheza. I could try to also maybe tag him in the description of this podcast. Oh, yeah, and the reason I say that is because he tries different things in every single little episode. Although he's usually inside of a room, and he tries those things, and he's kind of with himself, and that's cool, and very fun, and interesting, and such things. But yeah, everybody's vlog is supposed to be a little bit different, so our vlog is going to be able to try to mix that aspect and that element of trying different things on a consistent day-to-day basis, but different things with different titles on the tags of every day's different episodes of different experiences, of different tryings of different things, like Beheza does. Oh, yeah, we're trying different things that are financially based. Oh, yeah, like the banking app, like I was talking about, like the banking app. But the banking app is like a fuel cell to be able to power these consistent processes, to be able to add speed, such as cryptocurrency adds speed, to be able to do process and pipelines and such things. But yeah, one of the main fundamental foundational strategies is to be able to get other people rich that are around me necessarily, because I don't really care about money after all, which is absolutely absurd, because all I talk about is monetary energy. But actually, no, that's not true. It's philanthropy energy that's at the core of what I'm actually talking about. Oh, yeah, then that's what really matters to me after all. But realistically, monetary energy and such things are such things that I'm trying to spread to other people that are around me. Oh, yeah, so I just have the bare bones minimum, and I don't even have anything. I don't even have to carry anything. I don't want to carry anything at all. I don't care about carrying things. I don't want materialism at all. No, thank you, no. Everyone else can have that's around me. Oh, yeah, because that helps them be happy, and that helps me be happy. Oh, yeah. And therefore, I have nothing, and therefore, they have everything. And oh, yeah, and I hopefully don't have the burden of caring about the items that are the monetary energy residuals and such things that have to do with what everyone else wants you to do when you have monetary energy upon you, which is report it and just be so consistent with being reporting of it, because that monetary energy is so precious and such things in society today. But obviously the Dinky Tehc brand is trying to prove that philanthropy energy is more expensive, more interesting, more important at the foundational fundamental sense, and it's meant for everybody in the world. It's God's money. Oh, yeah, that's something I've heard as an expression for someone else. It didn't come from me verbatim per se, but that means that philanthropic energy is better and is a cleaner, more interesting, and sufficient synthetic energy than monetary energy, and that therefore is meant to travel and be distributed throughout the whole world in a more efficient sense, so everybody in the whole world can actually benefit from it. Oh, yeah. And when that happens, that's good. What the thing that's going to allow us to stack monetary energy, because we're able to cleanse the products that we sell and the items that we sell and the things we're putting on the market with philanthropic energy, and that's what's going to allow us to stack our monetary energy to get to the 100 million mark and past that momentous sense and goal mark and occasion, to be able to then move on from there and transition the brand in terms of social media content, because once we hit that landmark stake goal situation, then we'll be able to reformat and retransition and restructure things from that time and place into a new design and such things, and do base structure for that time forward. Okay, thanks again. Goodbye. Dinky Tehc. Bye. Peace. Bye.